Here we go. Well, this is Ricardo from Future Surfing School from Portimao. Now we are here near Zagreb at the beach. And Ricardo, how are the waves today?
Well, today actually we are in Praia da Bordeira. It's very close to Carrapateira village, one of the main places in the Algarve for surfing. It's around 20 kilometers north of Zagreb. It's one of the longest stretch of sand beach for surfing. It's quite good. It's getting at the perfect tide at the moment. There will be mid-tide coming up. As you can see, there is almost no wind, so you see the ocean just like what we call glass situations. It's not pumping, it's not up and down, so it's perfect with no wind almost. Okay, the waves are around, let's see, 1 meter size waves, and it's really good for beginners and intermediate.
So, how did your pupils today?
Well, they did very good actually, because with the tough conditions we had in the morning, because we had really low tide in the morning, that makes the surf a little bit more demanding. It was not so easy, but we had like 80% of the people up right away, and we still have one more lesson to go in the afternoon, so for sure everybody will be up on the board.
Okay, so tell me, what's the lesson you are teaching them? What are the steps to being a surfer?
Okay. What we have today as beginners is to surf the white water, so that's really what we want them to achieve. Okay, so the goal is to surf more or less with water level by hips. That makes the surf lesson quite safe, okay, because they never lose their foot, they never drag with currents to the outside. So they learn with water level by hips and they surf the white water of the wave. That's the wave that is already broken, not the wave that is still to break, that people are used to see in videos and in magazines, okay?
Yeah.
So it's very safe on the first lesson how to surf. The goal, like I told you, is to stand up and surf the white water of the wave, since you are with water level by hips, all the way till you reach the shore.
And how do I do that? What's the perfect timing? What do I have to do to get the wave?
Okay, let's see the other way. What we usually think that it's very important for people as beginners or as surfers to have, we even play around and call it the 3P sports. You have to be, as a beginner, patient, persistent and positive. Okay, it's known that surfing is not the easiest sport in the world. So you shouldn't expect to come here and just right away perform on the first wave, okay? So that's probably not going to happen unless you're really talented. But the average people know that usually it's a little bit demanding on surfing. So that's pretty much something that it's with everybody in mind. So if you're patient, if you're persistent, if you're positive, if you have a good teacher, if the surfing is at least reasonable and you have good surf gear, that means an appropriate surfboard for you, then for sure you're going to surf. Like 95% of the persons go up on the first day surfing for sure. Okay, the receipt is like this. You have to be motivated, patient, persistent and positive, good teacher obviously, good surfboard and reasonable surf. Okay, if you have that, 95% of the people would go up right away on the first day.
Okay, and what is a perfect condition for surfing? Like today here, is it really perfect, or
what usually is really important is the tide. Okay, really high tide is not good because waves break very close to shore. Really low tide is not good because the wave breaks and just finishes right away, so it's a very short ride. The perfect tide usually is medium tide, preferably coming up, but if not, going down. Okay. So avoiding really low tide and completely high tide is something important for the surf lesson. So you still have like 4 hours at least between tides where you can really take the best out of the surf. Okay.
And what would you recommend? How many lessons do I need until I can go surfing on my own?
Well, to surf on your own, I would say at least 5. At least 5.
5 days?
5 days. Yeah. That means 10 lessons, because we do 2 lessons a day, right? 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. But if you're surfing as a beginner, on the first day, just make sure you can go up on the board. On the second day, we'll make sure that you're autonomous, and you can do that pretty much by yourself. On the third day, if the waves collaborate, we start to take you out. And take you out to the real thing that you see the other surfers out there, catching the wave before it breaks. That's the demanding part, okay? So usually on the 2-3 days you just get used and domain what you're doing on the white water. So you become what we call the kings and the queens of the white water. So you perform really good, but on white water. When you go out, it's like restarting, okay? So it's at least 5 days, I would say, at least.
Okay, thank you very much, Ricardo.
You're welcome, thank you very much. Take care, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Enjoy the Algarve.